Sergey, thank you for sitting with me this morning and with all the people watching.
Thank you for taking the time to do this interview.
Of course. I want to ask you some questions that generally matter to me that I also think that people watching can benefit from.
Okay.
And I want to start with this very simple question. Who are you really? And how did your path unfold into what you're doing and living today?
The whole first book addressed just that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm born in Ukraine, and then we've been moving around the world with my family. Then I immigrated by myself to the United States, and then from there I came to Peru in search of plant medicine. Earliest memory goes to maybe 3 years old, when I already was looking at the world with a wonder and sense of exploration, and I knew that where I born, it's not where I'm going to live. Somehow, something in me knew that it's not a proper environment for my spirit, even though I might not do that in that words, of course, but I thought that my future is far away from there, where I didn't know. So it was a path of exploration and spiritual search, basically seeking for truth and meaning and what's real life, And that took me to different places and different teachings, and which made me move to United States at age 24. That was also out of spiritual search. There was a certain teaching I was following. I speak about this in the book, which turned out to be something different than what it was presented. But nevertheless, I follow my search. My search was leading the path. So I always, in my youth, I used psychedelics.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it always was not just an escape from reality, but actually finding answers to questions that I felt like I born with, and I want to find answers to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I got closer, but I still felt that it's not the answer. The answer is deeper and farther than that. And intuitively, I understood that the answers I was seeking are in a plants, in a kingdom of nature, in the sacred plants. But I didn't know where they are, what they are. So the search began to expand at certain point, especially when I moved to the United States, to California.
Yeah.
And just things become more possible from there. Just I could now travel to Peru, travel to Mexico, look for shamans doing the medicine work and learning the actual things that I wanted to do. So briefly, that's to summarize how I ended up in Peru. Plant medicine led me here.
Okay.
I found people here, and I came to work with ayahuasca and Huachuma with Don Howard. And truly everything has began to change for me from that point. Life just started to shift. And I was coming to Peru for 3 years, doing medicine with him. And each time I was coming here, going back to California, and in parallel, I was going to Mexico to work with peyote there, with the Huichol Indians. So it was Huachuma in Peru, peyote in Mexico, pretty much at the same time. Ayahuasca was the beginning, but then it went to Huachuma peyote. So that was for 3 years. And then there were certain events in my life that brought the message that decided for me to move to Peru and walk my path and follow the medicine and build my life around this. So that's how I ended up here briefly. And we are here in Huachuma Wasi, which is our healing center, and
yes,
we probably will discuss it later.
Yes, actually, that leads me to my second question. Then, at what point did Huachuma Wasi come into life, and why this medicine in particular? Because you mentioned that you also worked with other medicines. So, why Huachuma in particular compared to others?
Well, I have high respect for other medicines too. Peyote, it's a beautiful medicine. Saved my life in Mexico. In fact, I was initiated into medicine path through death in peyote ceremony in Mexico. So it happened there. But at the same time, the calling was coming from both places.
Both places?
Mexico and Peru.
Okay.
It was coming from there and from here. So basically, I could settle in any place.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I was accepted in their culture because one of the shamans I work with, he's not the main guy. He was like a neighbor, peyote guy. Mm-hmm. And we were visiting him, talking, you know. He actually offered me to marry two of his daughters.
Okay.
And stay there, and live there. And
I was life there.
For life. It's like, yes. Married two of my daughters. And I thought, I have the medicine here. I have two beautiful wives potentially, you know. Everything is good, you know. What else do I need in life, you know? Spiritual, taking care of earthy, you know. So that was very attractive offer, mm-hmm. you know, and I was thinking about this and I was already imagining myself living there in the village and bringing people to the medicine. That I still will be doing that. That's my path. It just would be there, bringing people through their culture, to their medicine. But, you know, deep down in my heart, I just realized that the stronger calling was coming from Peru. Andes, Huachuma, it just was stronger. It just was something more. Something was more about that. Something. It's hard to explain. It just was louder. It was just deeper, and then the calling more is like you have to come here.
Yes.
And that was a serious choice because I love being there and I love being here, and this is like a life decision. You know, you start a family there. That's it. That's where you are. You don't move around. You know, you commit, you dedicate yourself, and that's it. So I had that quality in me. So I knew that I need to find truthfully my path and the people and the place, and then fully dedicate myself, and then I'm there. Mm-hmm. So it was a big decision. So I just followed my heart, you know, and my heart was calling me more here. And that's probably how I ended up here.
Just followed
that inner calling, yes, inner voice, you know.
Mm-hmm. And how did you grow Huachuma Wasi? What's the journey of Huachuma Wasi becoming what it is today?
It's really what it is. It's a journey. You know, it was a cornfield.
Oh.
And you know, in fact, next week I'm going to be 17 years living in Peru. So 16 years ago we started. That was this house first, and I just had a vision that here we'll have our house, we'll have our retreat center, and we just met with Mercedes.
You had the vision.
Yes, we just married there, and we sat here, and I told her, here will be our home. We'll grow our family here, and will be our healing center where people can do medicine in the best possible way and just do it right, you know?
Yes.
So she said at that time, I don't know how you're going to do it, but I trust you. And that was the journey. It started there, and that was 10 years of building, just building. People were coming. We were using these funds to fund the construction. So started there and then move a little bit. And it's like, it was 10 years of construction site. I can imagine people still coming and we're still like building. It's not as so nice and like now, but people didn't care. It's like, they understood the process of growth, and they were so satisfied with the work and with the medicine. So, okay, well, that's what it is, you know, but that was 10 years of hard work, literally obsessed. I was obsessed with building Huachuma Wasi. I had to finish it. So that's a journey.
And it was continuous improvement year after year.
Yes, this year, improving it's after we build. Yes, we build and then started to improve.
Yes.
Even this year we upgraded the garden and everything. The idea is just to provide maximum, beautiful, comfortable place for people. So you can just enjoy and relax and do the medicine in a good way, So that's how it came about.
And if you want to describe like the foundations, the essence of Huachuma Wasi, what do you really stand for here in a practical way? What would you say?
Well, it's a medicine house. People come here to do medicine. So there are certain conditions that have to be provided for this work to be beneficial in the best possible way. So I would say one of the pillars of Huachuma Wasi, it's safety. We want to provide maximum safety. So when people come, they feel absolutely safe. Physically, emotionally, psychologically, mentally, everything. Like they can just relax and focus on a spiritual work. No worry about anything. So safety, it's number one, really. Because if you don't have safety, you can't relax enough to let the medicine work for you and do for you what it can do for you. So you will be more close. You will be, the more trusting you are, which cannot be without a sense of safety, the deeper you go into the medicine, into the healing, and the more you get out of this work. So it's very important to provide safety so people can relax and take the medicine and just go into it and just do the work they came here to do. So I would say that's number one.
That's very
safety, then healing, and then spiritual awakening. Whatever you come to look for, possible as a result of a sense of safety. That's like everything.
Yes.
And then, of course, comfort that we're trying to provide maximum, but comfort come next to safety.
Yes.
Safety number one, then you have the comfort. So people feel home, People feel good. The idea is to feel good, relax, and just enjoy your time here while the work is happening.
Exactly. So I personally witnessed new people coming here while I was staying here. Most of them without previous psychedelic experience. What would you say to new people who are considering or exploring coming, sitting with you here and drinking with you now? So,
I work on all levels. I work with new people who never had any plans at all of psychedelics ever. And I work with people who have a lot of experience. It can be 20, 30 years of medicine work, I make different medicines. I have strong medicine, I have medium medicine, I have light medicine, and different medicine I give to different people according to their previous experience, to their sensitivity level. That's something I get to know. As people come, of course, there is a question, so people tell me what is their experience or if there is not. So I know already this is the category of new people. So with them, the work has to be super gentle, super light, very gradual. We need to remove the fears, to give them the confidence, to show them that, oh, okay, they can do it. Gently, but moving in. And then I can build you very fast. In a few weeks, I can build you to the very pretty strong medicine, high dose. But that comes with trust. This trust we have to build. It's a relationship, it's a connection. So I had people literally who never even heard about plant medicine. We just heard about that in Peru. Maybe found my book somewhere and like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, this guy's like right next door. Maybe we'll go see him. Oh, Huachuma, what is it? We had people like this. And I had people who work with medicine 20, 30 years too. It's a different journey.
Yes.
It's more trust. It's stronger medicine. But we can be in the same group.
Yes.
Same group of new people and experience, and everyone will be in the place where they need to be to do their work. That's how I work with this. So new people, welcome. Nothing to be afraid.
Exactly.
It's just, you're not going to lose your mind.
Yeah.
You're going to find your mind, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going to lose anything, you're going to lose the falsehood, the fears that you're carrying through life that blocks you from achieving what you want to achieve. That's going to fall apart. But the real things never get lost on this path. You will never lose anything real. If you have love, if you have your values, they will be enhanced. They will be empowered. So there is nothing to be afraid of losing. If it's real, you cannot lose it.
Yes.
The false, yeah, but you don't want to kill it anyway. That's why you come here, to shed the old skin like a serpent and grow into new consciousness, into new life.
Beautiful. On the other hand, you also mentioned other people coming back to you, right?
Yeah, a lot of
guess this
returning
is-
people. Yeah, returning. Yes,
I guess this is really a proof of
you're
trust.
one of them.
I'm one of them,
Yeah.
of course, and I'm sure I'll be coming back
Yes.
over the years. But what do you think
Like
people
why?
trust you to come back? Like how this trust is built?
I think just it's like in life. If you an authentic person, you invite trust. If you just live your life sincerely and truthfully, people trust you. So it's not different here. I'm just trying to treat everybody with respect, whether I like them or not, and trying to help people, really. Trying to help to achieve what they came to achieve. So I guess my intention to help them and my openness create that environment where trust is the natural consequences.
And of course, not everything is always easy on this path, right? Sometimes you could have negative people or people who want to create conflict.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Well, fortunately, we don't have many of this. Like, literally, I would say maybe once a year, maybe twice. Like last year, we had maybe 2 people problematic. So maybe it's a very small percentage, but yes, it happened. And, they can create trouble because the negative energy felt by everybody else. Because we're in the medicine in one space, really. The journey is individual, of course. Everybody work on their place, but we are, as a group, we're creating one space. So the negativity felt through other people, and that's the problem. So I'm trying to block that and kind of in me, so it doesn't affect others. But sometimes, we're not together the whole time. We spend the day together, then I go home, and then you have your evening here, and negativity can be, projected farther, and that affects people. And then how I deal with it depends on the person. It depends. Sometimes I'm trying to work through that, trying to help the person to see it, and transform it, let it go, and kind of help them to move through that. Because that's really the work. It's a healing work. It's a harder work, but it's a healing work. But depends if a person, some people just don't want to let it go.
Yes.
And that's what I see in the work. It sounds like strange, like really? Like you really don't want to let go of negative? You don't want to be happy like everybody? It's like, of course you want, but it's not exactly that. Some people just so, I would say, so identified with it. So, like, they don't want to change. Maybe a part of them wants, and that's the part that led them to the medicine. But then another part in them just kind of, or maybe used to be that, or like to be that, complaining, negative. It's just, they don't want to let go. So in that sense, in that case, how can I help you if you don't want to put your work?
Your will.
I can't. Like, not, I'm in the medicine. We're trying to help you. We're trying to open your vision, trying to show you yourself. But it is you who make the final decision. It is you who are willing to change, to see yourself and say, yeah, that's nasty. I don't want to live like this. I don't want this. I want to be happy. I want to be positive. I want to change my life. So people who don't want to change, I can't really help them. So it's a fine balance. It's like, I don't want to have it for too long here, but also I want to help people. So I don't want to just like, okay, at the door, like, you're negative, get out of here. It's a healing place. Like, we're trying to help people. So over the years, I'm learning to identify the extent of energetic harm that this person can cause into the group, which mean if it's mild and kind of neutral and kind of, like, okay, we can work with it. I mean,
Yes.
he's not a bad person. We're trying to help. So we're trying to work. But if somebody like really like come with a lot of arrogance, there is like this power game that they want to be me.
Yes.
Some people want to be me in my home. I mean, that doesn't work. You can be you somewhere else, but you can't be me in my place. So that's not going to work. So when I see this, so I confront them.
Okay.
So that's like, okay,
Makes
or you
sense.
change, or the door is there.
Mhm.
Like very firm, very quick, and like no compassion in that sense, because it's different. It's not like a person really trying to heal and change. It's just energy that is not compatible with what we do.
Yes, and affecting others.
And it's effective everybody. And why do we need that? And I need to protect my people. I need to protect everyone from that energy. So in that case, it will be like very quick. The resolution will come quick, and he or she, that will be done.
Okay.
Like literally. And I had to kill out people in the past, like pretty fair.
You
Not
have to do
pleasant,
that.
and they leave that negative trace after that. It's just, it takes time to clear up the space after that. They're gone, but the negativity is still in people's mind. They're confusing people. So it's like, my intention is to protect my space more.
Yes.
To maybe better screening, which I screen people
Yes.
through mail.
Yes.
But if I'm not sure about this, maybe we get on a video call and have a little conversation to be a bit more strict in screening and make sure this kind of energy doesn't come through.
Exactly.
Which, rare, but last year we had that and just created unpleasant energy for like a month. We had to clear it up. And I just like, so it depends. Or for example, I had another person, no names, just so it sent the energy.
Yes.
She came, she was very complaining. Actually, I had a few last year, girls. She just complained about everything, just negative in her life. And she brought it here.
Yes.
It's just the same pattern. And, it was annoying, but she wasn't a bad person. She had a good heart. She just needed help. So we worked through, and then a few weeks later, she started seeing that, and it's like, she started to open up like a flower. At the same time, I had another person who was so negative. I mean, you could probably put her in heaven, and she would find problems there, like truly. Oh, your flowers are not bright enough. Or, you know what I mean? It's just like
perception is always
it's just extremely untransformed negativity, frustration from her personal life that she brought to the medicine. She just wasn't willing to give up on that, and so that she stayed with it. She left like that. So it depends who.
Yeah.
It depends on the person, how much you are willing to work on yourself.
Exactly.
It's important to understand the medicine. It's absolute magic. 100% true. But you have to put your part in it. It takes two to tango. To dance, you need to do your part. One person can dance with you and you just stand there. You do your work. The message shows you what has to be done, but you need to put your mental efforts to make the change that you see has to be done. So you can't just put it on them as like, okay, I just drank it and that's a change my life. And it's not exactly like this. Yeah. It will change you. It will show you, but you need to follow that. You need to execute. You need to do what you see that you were taught.
Yes.
So you can, and then, if you don't do this work, it's easy to blame that on me, on the medicine. Oh, that didn't work for me. I mean, how much you put in this? Did you follow the teaching? Did you follow the guidance? You didn't. So it is really on you that the results are like this.
You cannot be passive and just sit and
no,
it's
you need to be active. Yes. Yes, the medicine show you the path, but it will not work for you.
Yes.
It will not call your mom. It will not quit your job. It will not start a business. It will not start a family. Whatever is your journey, it will not do it for you. It just shows you your options. That is your old life. This is the probability of new life. If you take the step, if you make the efforts and you embrace that. So it's active. You need to be actively participating in the medicine work. That's why many people don't change. And, like a retreat goers, they just go to every retreat possible, but they don't change. They just drink more medicine, and their life is the same.
Yes.
And they blame the medicine, they blame the medicine people, but the only one to blame is them.
Yeah.
Because you didn't do the work. You didn't follow. You have shown the path, but you ignore.
Sergey, and the way you talk and the way you hold things here, you come across as a very practical person. How do you bring that practicality into working with the medicine?
Well, based on my previous experiences that led me to different teachings, teachers, organizations, places, I realized that if whatever you do, if the philosophy you practice or spiritual teaching you follow or ideology, if that doesn't lead you to happiness, to betterment, to self-improvement, to self-fulfillment, then it's a waste of time following any of this. It has to be practical. It has to bring people to change, to the actual change, to a place where they can actually find answers and apply them in life. So, in other words, practicality, it's all that matters. If a philosophy or ideology doesn't improve your life, doesn't lead you to happiness and make your life easy and fulfilling and joyful, then it's just a waste of time.
And then that brings me to the question, like, your role, what is your role as a medicine man, like beyond the title? How do you personally see your role as a medicine man?
Well, my role is that's how I see it. My role is to create a safe space where people can do plant medicine in a profound, authentic way. Taking care of people. That's my role. Taking care of them during this stay in the medicine and, between the medicine work. But you're my guest and I want you to feel safe, comfortable, feel good about being here and doing the medicine work. I would say that's pretty much it's holding the space for people. It's being the guide through that experience, being the person who give you the medicine, who takes care of you, and who is there for you when needed. And also, what's important to add that it's important to it's a fine balance between being there for you and not to block the experience with my ego. That's what's important, is to remove the ego from the experience, which means to provide the necessary support, but without being there. Like, it's between you and the medicine. I'm here to make it happen. I'm here to help you to have the experience in the best possible way. So that's also very important because that's what you see in many spiritual organizations and, all the places when you see a teacher who forgot his role as a medium, in a sense, a person who mediates light.
Yes.
And he becomes the teaching. He becomes the teacher. That's just pure ego. I will have many examples in history. So that's the problem. That's how you build cults. Cults grow out of that. When a person assume a role of divine being and now he is the light that shines on the world, and it's not really like that. This is just pure ego. A true teacher would have to be transparent and become a mirror. So you can see yourself in him and better yourself, to understand yourself through him. So you don't worship anyone. The path of worship, it's, the path of devotion. This is pure, this is guruism. This is what you see in India. It's Eastern practice. There's a guru and he is like a representation of God and you have to worship this guy for the rest of your life. And sing mantras to this. This is not the way I see it. A true teacher would be pointing that back to you, would be reflecting back to you. The light that comes, it goes through and makes your light stronger. It flames your inner flame. that's the whole thing. The guru, the meaning of the guru is then basically leading you from darkness to light. Is the person who can help you to lead you from your darkness into your light. That's what it is. That's really what guru means. So it's not about a person who needs to be worshipped. It's a person who just helps you on the path to find your own light and then move in life and help other people, through your ways. So that's that's a big part of it. It's to lead the path, show the path, without blocking the path at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's something that you learn over the years, how to remove yourself from the experience while providing people with all they need to do it. And you're there. We are there. But, it's very, you have to dose right your presence and your interaction with people in the medicine space. Yes, when needed. And I feel it. When needed, I see you, I check on you.
Yes.
If not, I just let you be there. Because it's about you and the medicine, not about me. It's your experience.
Yes.
So that's part of my role as a medicine man too, other than just making a safe space and making you feel comfortable and, do the work, also to guide you without interfering with your experience unnecessarily.
Yes. And with all of that, what does integrity mean to you in this work, and how do you protect it?
Integrity is very important. Without integrity, you have nothing. And that's actually, related to the previous question.
Exactly.
The spiritual teachers and guru, and you see what's happening in other places. In fact, I have first-hand experience being in the cult in California.
Mm-hmm.
And what I have seen there is the opposite of integrity. So it was so disgusting that I have become the antidote to it. It's abuse of trust, basically. When a person trusts you, it's like you go to a church to do the confession and the priest will just listen to you and they just, advance on you in a way that is completely unacceptable. That's wrong in life. That's wrong in the spiritual world. It's wrong anywhere. So the trust has to be protected. The integrity is part of that. If you don't have integrity, how people can trust you? And if people can't trust you, how you can create a safe space so they can, find healing and whatever they came here to look for. So it's all connected. You have to protect it. And in particular here, well, I have my family here. So, I'm a married man. I have a family. I love my family. For me, this is a professional environment. Here I come to do the medicine and that's it. And I make sure not only that it's I'm not a problem, but nobody else is a problem too. If I see it in a group, I will definitely deal with it. If, unless it's mutual and there is there is spark between people, it's all good. But I try to keep that, I'm trying to explain to people that, romantic relationship, unless you already come as a couple, it's not good in this world.
Mm-hmm.
It's good after. You can make the connection here and you can go back to life and, fuel it up. And if there is a potential, it can be good and people can get together. People, it can end up well. But here, while we're here, it's better not, because it's just destruction. Because, romantic relationship can be the attraction. It can create problems, and it did in the past. And I learned from this, it's like, that's not good. It's creating destructive energy. Not that it's wrong by itself, nothing wrong with it, but in this spiritual environment, you don't want to be distracted and you don't want to be...
Move away from the purpose.
Yeah, it's like you come here for specific purpose. This is like, you don't want to let your lower chakras come in a way and interfere and move you away from healing. It's just such a waste of your time here. Later, do what you want. It's all good. But here it has to be more contained. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's on my website. I say people try, unless you're, couple, so okay to have your relationship. It's all good, But if you come as a single, just build the friendship with people, and then you see what happens out of.
Yeah.
Later after work, you can be in touch and see what happens. So that's how I keep integrity in that sense. There is other aspects to it, but you just have to control yourself and try to keep order in the place according to your best understanding of what needs to happen in order to provide best condition for this world. So integrity, but it's a big thing. Integrity is a person, but you have to have integrity in life, not just here. You have to be truthful in life. Truthful, you have to be your words. You have to keep your promises. You have to commit and be loyal, to your partner. You know what I mean? That's all integrity. You have to be trustworthy. You can't be a trustworthy person if you have no integrity. It's one thing. Integrity, it's trust. That's just two different ways, two different words to describe the same quality of person. So I bring this to the work because that's what I am. Because I enjoy that. I enjoy to be truthful because that gives me power. What makes you strong is that your integrity makes you strong. If you don't have this, you're just a weak person.
If you betray your integrity, you lose yourself.
You lose yourself, so you have nothing. And you lose yourself, then you have nothing. Then why anyone should trust you if you're not trustworthy? So this is like a important quality to have in life. In general, that's why people respect you. That's why people trust you, because they know what you said, it's what you meant. And what you meant, is what you said. And what you said is what you felt. It's all one thing. You have to be one. I'm just me. That's just being me. In my life, in my personal life, in my family, in my work, which is Huachuma Wasi. It's just that. There's nothing more to it. It's just being honest with myself, having the best intention in my heart, and doing the work the best I can. And of course, I'm growing and I'm evolving and I'm different now than I was 3 years ago and 10 years ago. It's like you're growing and you should be growing, but growing doesn't mean you contradict your previous self. It doesn't. What I wrote in the first book, Path, I stand by everything. That was like 13 years ago. And the guy who wrote that, that's like so much not me anymore. Like that's just a kid compared to how I feel today. And yet, everything I said there is true today. Of course, the understanding grows and deepens, and I see better, and I mature through the work. But it's not a contradiction to what I said before. But, I've seen the truth, and it's the same truth. It just maybe more mature, but the same energy.
Sergey, in your books, you share a lot of your own personal experiences. How open are you to discuss these experiences with the people who found anxiety with you? And bring it into the teaching, right?
I'm pretty open to talk about anything people want and anything people feel that it's important for them to talk about. That's why I share the stories in my books, because I believe that the honesty and sincerity and the power of stories, of the power of sharing, it's incredible. It has incredible potential for transformation. I myself learn a lot from people who come here. They are my teachers. You're my teacher. They're my teacher. It's indirectly. It's not like we sit in a classroom and you just teach me things. It's not like that. It's the stories. It's the sharing. It's sharing. It's hearing people's pain. It's hearing people's lives. And you learn from this. You learn what's right. You learn what's wrong. You just grow your understanding through other people's stories. And this is why I write the way I write, because I understand the power of it. So I want to share maximum I can about my life to help people understand about their lives, because the idea is to see yourself in my books. Of course, there is new things there that you may now never think about, but personal stories, like, it can teach you things that otherwise cannot be conveyed. That's why we have the stories, fables and children's stories. That's how we learn. We learn through stories. You're born, you have the stories, and they're with you all your life. The wisdom in the stories. But of course, in the fables, they're intentionally, put there. But here, people just share. And there is so much power and there's so much healing. There's so much wisdom that it's actually a big part of the ceremony. As we do silence in the river and then we'll come here to the sharing circle, it makes all the difference. When you hear people sincerely share, you learn from them and they learn from you. So that's probably why I share this thing, because I understand the power of sharing. Sincere, deep sharing. It can change you. It can teach you and can transform.
Sergey, if we zoom out a bit, we see so many teachers, paths, ideologies out there that can confuse people. Some people don't know who to follow, who to trust. What is your philosophy at its core?
Just being truthful. Just living your life from your heart. You can get lost in all those philosophies, ideologies, and spend lifetime following the wrong teaching, or the teaching that is unpractical and doesn't do anything to you. I've seen that here. I had people here from all over the place, and I've seen some sad stories, like people spending 15 years in ashram, sweeping floor at 4 a.m., and then seeing the living crying, realizing that the time was wasted. Just one example, and that's not against that path. That's just showing you that you have to find your path and what works for you. My philosophy, it's living life to the fullest with integrity, with courage, fearlessly, achieving things you want to achieve, express your love those who you love, and help people on the way. It's really simple, really. So it's kind of when you look everywhere, when you read all the books, when you hear all the teachings, you have to boil it down to the crystal of truth. You can't just take it all and just follow it blind. Every teaching has something good. Okay, then find what's good, what works for you, what resonates with your being, integrate it in your life, and be there. But the main thing that I would say that from everything I ever read, and search for and talk to, really the main thing is just to find your own understanding, to find your own answers. That's what I'm trying to do here. There is no like a teaching by Sergey Baranov. You come here and Sergey is teaching you. It's not like that. That would be like a dogmatic cult-like environment. I'm here to help you to find your own answers. That is the real value of this work. There is nothing more important or valuable for me to help you find your path, find your answers. Through interaction, through conversation, through silence, through the medicine work, but you need to find your answers, because that's what you can trust 100%. That comes from your heart. You just feel it, because truth and knowledge is something what you feel. If you don't feel the knowledge, it's just information about something. It's a description. True knowledge is when you embody that, when you feel that in your heart, in your being, in your body, So my role as a medicine man, as I see it, as I assume this, is to help you find your answers that become your own guide, they become your own guru. Your answers, your experience become your own teacher. And that's the value of this work. It's the awakening of the inner guru, which is in you, which is your heart, which is your intuition, which is all there already. You just need to be clear. The path has to be clear, and you have to connect your mind with your heart, because the problem is that the majority of the people living in their heads, and you see it all over, and that's why people get depressed. What is depression? It's just your soul is telling you that it's suffering because it's not fulfilled. It's not, you disconnected from your own soul. So it's telling you, I'm suffering. Hear me out. Take me to nature. And then you say, okay, I go to psychiatrist, here's some Prozac to numb that voice. which makes it worse. You know what I mean? The disconnection from yourself or your true self, that's the reason for depression in the majority of cases. That's what I see here.
Yes.
That's why it's so easy to heal, unless it's like chronic all your life, then you have to spend a few months here, you know? But usually I have people coming with depression done with it in a week. Just get reconnected to their self, to the true sense of who they are, and everything just changes in their life. Sunshine comes. You know, you're full of sun now. You're happy. You're like, whoa, full of power. You don't even know where that came from. Well, that came from you. That's your power that you were disconnected from. So the work is to connect you to your power, to your source of power, you know, which is inward. That's the path inward. That's where people say, you know, the God is within. That's what they mean. You find the divine connection within yourself. But for this, you need the environment. You need these certain conditions that helps you do that, you know? So the keys to that inner shrine, you find in the medicine. That's what I found. I found in Huachuma. And that's maybe the time to, you know, to answer your previous question. I think you asked me, why Huachuma?
Yes.
I don't think I answered that. So this is how we come back to this. You know, I love other medicines, especially peyote. You know, it's in me forever. But I just found Huachuma more joyful, more resonating with myself. I see myself more in it. It just allows me more. It allows you more joy and happiness from this path of healing and spiritual transformation, which is a very serious path. And you go through emotional pain and you go through everything. But the beauty and the feeling of freedom and joy that accompanies you on this way, it's just incredible. It's just like no other medicine. So, and also it demands nothing. What you mean demands nothing? There's no demands. You live your life as a normal person, enjoying your earthly life, no restriction, no anything you have to give up to do this work. There's nothing you have to do to step on this path. You just live your life, do the medicine when you can, you know, apply the lesson, have better life, come back when you can, or you don't come, it's okay. It still helps you and helps you move through life. So it's just such a beautiful medicine. The peace, the joy, the clarity, the sense of magic, the sense of presence. It's so strong and it's so clear and it's so amazing and so it creates so much sense of gratitude that you just want to be, you're just thankful for this experience to even exist, and you living your life through it. That's just beyond gratitude. Talking about this, it's important to say many years ago, maybe like 15 years ago, maybe 16, when I was just starting, just doing the medicine by myself, walking in the mountains, looking for places where to bring people in the future. I had such a deep sense of gratitude for this path. And here I am in Peru. I finally moved here and walking my path. That's it. So there was so much gratitude. So I was talking to the medicine, you know, internally and asking like, okay, you know, I'm saying thank you, but it doesn't express anything. I was like hours standing on my knees. Thank you, Huachuma, thank you. And I feel like it's not expressing anything. It just works.
Think enough.
Like I can't think enough because it's not thinking enough. It's like empty words, although I mean it. So what I heard back, you know, in this kind of inner dialogue is that bring others to it and multiply your gratitude by others. So we can hear you, you know? So I say, okay, that's, I can do this. I can definitely do this. So by bringing you into that place of gratitude amplifies my gratitude.
Yes.
You only can be happy as everybody else in the group, you know, although my connection is, you know, is different, but if somebody like having a hard time in a group, you want to leave that person. So the resonance will be higher and the joy will be shared, you know? So it's important to bring everybody to that place of gratitude.
Yes.
Because in the place of gratitude, you just know that everything Everything is good. Everything is right. And you just have to do now what you have been shown.
This is also how you build Huachuma Wasi.
That's how we build, for sure.
Yes.
Through gratitude, through love, through it's vision, it's trust, it's hard work. It's everything. It's integrity. It's just sticking to your vision and following through. You have to follow through.
Yes.
Because vision and action, they have to come together. What's the point of knowing the path and not walking the path? It's pointless. And what's the point of being able to do things, but you don't know what to do? None of them works. None of them will bring you where you want to be. You have to have both. You have to see the path and walk the path. That's the balance. So knowledge and action are together. It's a couple. One need the other to walk in the path to self-fulfillment, because it's all about self-fulfillment. Because self-fulfillment is also joy. It's also it's like everything. If you fulfill, you're full of energy to do things. You're creative. You can do whatever you want in life. You can really apply yourself to anywhere you want. Self-fulfillment, that's the point of spirituality. You need to be fulfilled. You need to be connected to higher forces, or call it God, call it what you want. You need to be connected to yourself.
Yes.
You need to know who you are. And through this connection, you're connected to the universe, to the whole, to life. So this work leads you there. It has the power to fulfill you. And of course, you have to fulfill yourself as a human being, like, through your own ways. But spiritual fulfillment, that's what people look for, and they don't find. Very rare when people find it. And I hear this in this world. I have many people here over the years, spiritual seekers, spend time in India, spend time in Thailand, spend time there, did this, did that. That's what they share. That's what they tell. And that's the message you continuously hear, that you've done this, you've done that, you put yourself through all these restrictions, practice abstinence, you did everything, you meditated, you did everything that you've been prescribed by spiritual teachers. And yet, you're not fulfilled. You're still seeking, you're still searching, you still don't know. You still don't know your path, you still don't know yourself, and you still cannot fully live your life from a place of self-knowledge. You need to know who you are to live your life. If not, who is living your life? Someone else. Some ideology is living your life. That happens a lot.
Yes.
You have to live your life. You have to be in the driver's seat. That's important. That's how you feel fulfilled. That's how you feel strong. And when you drive, that's it. Nobody can confuse you. Nobody can trick you into their ideologies. Like, you start seeing it. You start seeing it as a shallow. It's all shallow. It's empty. It's deceitful. It's all deception around you. You start seeing this. Like, it's not leading anywhere. It's a loop into nowhere. So the medicine just breaks through it, just cut through it like a samurai sword. And that's it. And you see what's there. And when you see what's there, that's what you know. And you just walk that path of clear knowledge. Clarity is what Huachuma is. It's incredible clarity medicine. It's peace, clarity, love, connection, nature. That's what it is. That's what I love about this. And probably the main things of this is that you don't go anywhere. It doesn't take you away from yourself. It brings you in. It's the coming in to yourself. No, it cuts through confusion and make you see what is. The clarity, this crystal clarity wrapped in this blissful, ecstatic connection. It's just, you can't beat that. This is the experience you want to have in your life. This is the teaching. This is the energy you want to have in your life. That's why I love Huachuma.
Thank you, Sergey, for sharing so openly and giving a lot of clarity on important topics. And I also think that this gave a lot of room for reflection for people listening to us. I think the rest is just coming here experiencing directly what we talked about and feeling the magic of the place, the medicine, and your guidance. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, thank you for taking time for sure, and I hope I expressed myself clear enough, because there is always more you can say.
Yes.
But considering the limited time we have, and I'm just trying to highlight things.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the conversation can go deeper.
For sure.
On every subject we
Mm-hmm.
touch, we can say more. We can contemplate more. But I hope it was, a good introduction to Huachuma Wasi. The purpose of this is just to show people what is happening here,
Mm-hmm.
how we conduct our medicine, how people stay with us, and make them feel if our energy, it's a fit for them, because different people in different places in their life, in their evolution, their path. So I'm trying to make it just a place for everyone who is sincere enough, respectful, mature, welcome,
and willing to change their life.
and willing to change. Willing to change. That's important part. If you're not, you can drink all the medicine I give you, and nothing will happen to you. You will have experience, of course. There will be a lot of experience, but there will be not change. You will go home and you will fall into same patterns, in the same addiction. And some people do that. And maybe we touched on that before we wrap up. Some people come with alcohol, with drug addiction, and many people get help.
Mm-hmm.
Many, but not all. That's important to say.
Yes.
Not all. I have seen people with incredible healing. Alcohol, drug, just done with it. They live here, they done with it. It's like yesterday I talked to a person, amazing woman, came here 4 years ago. Chronic alcoholic, genetic. The whole family. Like, it's incredible. I never heard anything like that. She said that basically she come home and she need to step over people to get to the kitchen. You know what I mean? The sister, mother, everybody's drunk. And that's like their life. Horrible situation. She spent with me 1 month. Not a drop of alcohol. Yesterday I talked to her, just asked how you did. I thought about her in ceremony, I said, let me check. She just said, 4 years, not a drop in my mouth of alcohol. Amazing. Yet, I had another guy, younger guy, who wasn't even that bad, who was much less, but has an alcoholic dependency. Spent 2 months. And that didn't work. He kept that destructive pattern. But because he doesn't want to change probably, or maybe a part of him wants, because a part definitely wants. But another part doesn't. It works for some, it doesn't work for others. Maybe how much effort you put in it makes a difference, but it's not like 100%. You can be helped, but you have to put your work, and you really need to kind of invest in this part. It's like, no, because the medicine resets you and then gives you a choice. You can fall back into self-destructive behavior, or you can live a better life. But the choice is yours. The medicine is not like a hypnotizing it. You're not hypnotized, never drink again. It's not like this. Go do what you want. You want to drink alcohol, go back. You want to do drugs, go back. But you have seen the light, you have seen a better path in life. So if you choose that, then it's on you. Yeah. It's important. So most people get help, but not all. It's important. You have to be like honest and realistic about this. So yeah, anything else would you like to talk about? Maybe to wrap it up, or we touch on everything you wanted to talk?
I think it's touched on everything for now. I would say that the rest is on the people themselves to
experience,
to reflect on what we talked today, and to take the action, the initiative to come here and experience themselves, because, as you said, experience is self-knowledge, right? So unless they have direct experience,
You would not know.
They wouldn't know what we're talking about.
Yes, you have to feel that. You have to experience that to know that. Yes, you know, we can talk about many things, and that's good as an introduction, but it's a first-hand experience. It's a direct spiritual experience that provides you the necessary knowledge and clarity to move forward in life in a better way.
Yes, and it's on you how much you want to prioritize that, right?
Of course. What's your priorities in life, you know? You know, if you think it's important, then you make time and you prioritize your healing and all that comes through it.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you, Sergey.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for taking time to do this, and I hope it was good conversation for people to relate, to reflect, and to make the next step, to come and drink the medicine in a good way and see what the medicine has in store for them.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay, Sergey, thank you.